Thank you for your interest in the Conley Group, the leader in personal and corporate security. This special video is designed to help you better understand our mission and our services. Tom Conley, the founder of the Conley Group, has completely changed the security industry services being offered to customers by providing highly trained and professionally certified officers, more accountability within the industry, and by creating a much safer environment for its clients.
The Conley Group is a different model because our professional security officers, first of all, have to meet rigid employment requirements. Everybody is professionally assessed prior to being hired to make sure they're a good fit. Our security officers within the first 3 months of employment receive 150 hours of professional level training.
Training is a big part of it. We start out everybody with the basic assumption that we're going to train them everything they need to know about security. I have a lot of people that come in here that are criminal justice graduates or criminal justice degree program students, but I start everybody the same.
With the Conley Group, one of the great things is the amount of training and certification that's required to even be employed with us. From the very basic security officer that starts out, you're required to achieve the level of a certified protection officer to even maintain employment with us. And then to further that, to move in as a supervisor, you're required to become certified in security supervision and management.
The reason that I'm here rather than someplace, some other security company or doing other work with that in the security business is the fact that this organization is probably the most professional that I've seen.
When I started the Conley Group, one of the founding principles is that I wanted to structure our organization so that we had the discipline and credibility and structure to operate effectively in any situation. Therefore, as a former civilian police captain and a commander in the United States Navy Police, we have that structure integrated and inculcated into the very fabric of our organization. What that means is that we're able to take advantage of a military type structure to provide maximum efficiency and effectiveness.
The Conley Group offers two fundamental security services: on-site service and patrol service. The Conley Group on-site service is a highly trained security officer that is assigned to a specific location. This position can be a few hours per day to around-the-clock service. The Conley Group patrol service is a little bit different in the fact that it's a shared service versus a dedicated service. Our patrol service includes a highly trained and highly qualified security officer. This officer's specific mission is to provide patrol security services to a dedicated group of clients at their location several random times throughout the course of their shift. The Conley Group also provides you with an alarm response service. This is where a highly trained Conley security officer can respond to a specific client alarm. There is a defined difference between the Conley Group and traditional guard companies. Here's what the experts have to say.
Tom brings to the plate a very, very unique background as a field grade United States Naval Reserve officer. He's a commander. That's Lieutenant Colonel rank or 05 rank. His number one employee, his captain, is a retired Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Army. They run a tight ship. That's very, very apparent. And it's also transferred to their supervisory personnel, especially their first line supervisors, and that message is sent down to the rank and file so that they know exactly what the expectations are.
I've dealt with a lot of private security people, but Tom was the only one that tended to always look at the profession from a delivery standpoint, how to make it better. The others that I talk with usually were just how to make it work.
Clients of the Conley Group rely on highly trained security officers and the best security available.
I have had the experience with several of the security companies in the Des Moines metropolitan area. The Conley Group, I look at it this way: you want something cheap or you want something done right. The Conley Group may not be the cheapest, but they're going to do it right the first time.
School security is a major issue today. Years ago it wasn't. And as we're looking to enhance our security, they were a logical choice for us. We had experience with Conley when they did a lot of security work for us outside of our school, outside of our high school. And so when we were looking at adding some security guards in the school, our experience with them was very, very good, so we thought we would go with them, and it's worked out very well.
Well, it's very important to us to have a trained security company such as the Conley Group because, one, we need to make sure that our employees are protected in the manner that we need. The training and not knowing how to handle a situation such as a gunman outside or someone who might enter or gain access into the building in such a way that we don't know how to react inside. We definitely need someone who has that training to be able to help us with how we should react if we come across that kind of a situation, or to be here for us when we need them.
Whether it's training through handling the equipment or how to respond or even how to write an incident report. I think they do a fabulous job, and it's very evident in the professionalism that they display.
Very dependable, well-trained, educated group of people. Every time we've needed their assistance or asked for their input, they have come back with us with all the information and more that we could ever ask for, more services than what we've asked for as well that are out there as far as training and all of that we could provide for our employees.
We focus on critical incident management, not only a rapid reaction force for threats, but also people on site that know what to do when an emergency or disaster occurs. It would be great if we or our clients or the police knew where and when emergencies and disasters were going to occur. And sometimes with weather, we get notifications. We rarely get notifications with active shooters, heart attacks, fires. They just happen. And when they happen, seconds truly count.
In the state of Iowa, there is no training required to assume the position of a security officer. The Conley Group has stepped above and beyond by offering their officers a stringent training and evaluation program.
The state of Iowa is one of 3, maybe 5 states in which they don't have specific certification requirements for private security. In that void, and Tom did take steps about 12 years ago to try to change that legislation, in that void, he has basically dug into his own pocket to make sure that his officers are professional, they look sharp, they act sharp, they have an awareness of what their particular responsibilities are.
Well, one of my favorite things, experience-wise, was a client that we had here whom had just switched to us after having a traditional guard company for years. And I remember my first day working there was a Sunday shift into a Monday morning. And as the manager showed up Monday morning and greeted me, he said, "Wow, usually when I show up, the security guard's asleep." And I asked him why did they keep paying him if they weren't even awake? And that to me sums up a lot of the traditional guard mindset where they're just looking for a body.
I know the clients appreciate us so much because we do have the best officers in the industry, and it's just a lot more professionally run. We expect a lot more out of we pay our officers more, we expect a lot more out of them.
So traditional guard companies typically have what's called an observe and report doctrine. And what an observe and report doctrine is that if a traditional guard sees something, they'll report it. Whether it's to management, whether it's to police, to the fire department, they'll call somebody. Now that's good. What's not so good is that they'll write a report on it and they'll call somebody, but they won't do anything about it. If you look at the situation involving the guards at the Seattle train station, when one girl was beating up another girl and in fact kicking her in the head, you saw several guards standing around doing nothing but watching while one girl was literally kicking another one in the head. So there's no capability to do anything by design. The Conley Group incorporates observe and report, but that's only part of our continuum. Ours is observe, report, react, and respond. What that means is that when it's appropriate for us to observe, or appropriate only for us to observe and report, we can. But when it's appropriate for us to react and respond, we can do that also, such as to an emergency medical situation. We're going to report by calling EMS to get a higher level of emergency medical trained people en route. But we're going to take immediate action. We're going to react to that scene, and we're going to respond by providing first aid, CPR, whatever that patient needs to keep them alive until paramedics get there, as opposed to the observe and report doctrine where the guard will stand there and keep the crowds back while the person dies.
If you've followed the standards and procedures and your people are trained, you're much less likely to encounter serious liability where security guards haven't been trained. You're looking potentially at gross negligence or even a heightened standard of punitive damages potentially, which may not be covered by insurance.
The more they're qualified and the more that you can show that insurance underwriter that this is a quality firm above the standard, that allows the underwriter to defend to their supervisors, hey, we need to give them better prices, or we need to extend this better level of coverage because they've actually gone beyond the norm, which would be the Conley Group.
I think with the Conley Group, you can count on professional service, you can count on professional response, and you can count on getting the services that you're going to pay for.
The character of the management of the Conley Group differentiates them from everyone else. They have a commitment to the mission and doing it well and doing it professionally.
Thank you for watching this short video today. You've heard from our customers about why they're very satisfied with our services. As the President and CEO of the Conley Group, I can assure you that if we work for you, you will absolutely get our best every minute of every day. You can call me versus a branch manager or a local manager with a traditional guard company, and I will be there for you as I have for 35 years with my customers. Thank you again.